coastal signatures, i.e. it's not local because it's actually coming in already made as bronze?
Well, yes and no. One is that many of the deposits that I showed are not just lead, they are actually lead and copper ore deposits. And often copper and lead will show up in the same deposits anyway. So if they're going after copper, they'll exploit the lead at the same time. In that sense, the copper, as it's produced as a metal, will have the exact same isotopic signature as the lead from that same deposit. The imported metals will obviously not have the same isotopic signature unless they're recycled and then mixed with local materials. And then that was why I showed that mixing line. So the role of recycling in this is something that still needs to be explored a bit more as well.
Are you able to use a model like the Peter Bray and Mark Pollard model for recycling, looking at presence or absence of a number of other elements? They've been doing this with copper alloy, and there's a forthcoming paper in which they show that if you look for Roman Britain, you get just copper and tin at early stage, and then increasingly over time you get alloys with extra components, and the progression of this is best explained by progressive recycling of simpler alloys. Can you do something like that with
I've already done something like that. I actually did it 10 years ago before they did their work, but it's on sub-Saharan West Africa. And the work that I did was looking exactly that. As you see the movement of metals across the Sahara, particularly during the Islamic period, you're getting these 22% brasses that are coming across quite characteristically, and then immediately afterwards they're being melted down and recast, and then you see 16% brasses, and then 12% brasses, and then 6% brasses, and then 3% brasses. So I mean, you can see that clear progression as things kind of work their way down the line and through other networks, from the primary sort of consumption ports on the southern side of the Sahara down into the various other consumption units in the chain, and you can definitely see that pattern. I don't have the right data from North Africa. Again, that's why I need more samples. Again, most of the stuff that was analyzed was not analyzed by myself, and so the chemical side of that is something that I'm very interested in as well, for that reason, kind of explore this question.
I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on the origin of the ores. Are they from places that we also have evidence of ancient extraction, or are they based mostly on geological?
Yeah, the ores that have been analyzed are, some of the data is published data from geological work that's been done, going in and characterizing these for economic geology purposes. But many of the other samples are